Hey guys.
Good evening, guys.
Hey, family.
Hey.
What's going on?
So
up?
I'm gonna be the only one without the confessional look going on here.
Because like you're automatically in the confessional because you're
Oh, thank you. I truly
always in
I appreciate that.
every now and then because your color scheme is black and white. So every now and then I'm thinking like you got a filter on because it
Holly
looks
knows me
so.
best. She knows me best.
See,
She
it's
knows
the
my
color
heart.
palette. It's the color palette of things.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm. So it's Fresh Friday.
Yes.
We done made it through a week, y'all. How y'all
We
feel?
done made it through a
Crazy.
week. We done made it through another month. It's the
Yes.
second Friday of April already.
Come on.
Oh man.
This week felt like a month.
Tell me about it. So, can I just tell you, like today, I've been like in such a good mood because the last couple of days has been all this rain, and like now we have some sun, a little
was
breeze. It feels
Beautiful out
good.
today.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful
Because
outside.
my bones were killing me with all this rain we were having.
Not my bones.
My bones.
Look, it's okay, Maya. I feel you.
You
we're
got
here.
me.
We're here. We're here. I get it.
So those watching, let us know where you're tuning in from. Say hello. How is your Friday going? Hope you're having a fresh Friday along with us.
Mhm.
It's like you guys said, it's been a busy week. I feel like these next couple of weeks are gonna be crazy just with Passion Week and everything coming up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot
Yes.
going on. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys.
Yes, I see you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
too.
excited to see you
So
too.
we got a topic to talk about tonight.
Uh-oh.
It's one that's long overdue.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
But before we get there, we gotta do the icebreaker. So let me pull this one might start some fights.
Uh-oh.
Don't they all?
We do.
Right.
Don't they all?
We'll go with this one first.
Oh. Well, first off,
Okay, are we talking like movie theater snack or movie at home? Because I eat full meals at home when I watch movies.
True.
Listen.
why do we always have to be that group that have to have the stimulation or we have to set the setting or we have like what is it?
Because there's levels to this. There's levels to this.
Not that it's levels to this. So I'm gonna say this.
Uh-oh.
I am tied between 2 and 3.
Okay.
Ew.
Well, 1, 2, and 3. One would be the least favorite because I love popcorn like that, but sometimes it gets dry, it gets caught in your throat and everything. Like it just does too much. So it's between 2 and 3 because those pretzel bites with some nacho cheese, but then you also have the nachos. So I'm stuck in between 2 and 3.
You gotta pick.
I'm gonna say 3. 3 is definitely
okay.
my
I'll
go-to.
go with 3 because 3
out of these, 3 would be my go-to because these are the old school movie snacks. Movie snacks have evolved now. You can get cheeseburgers and chicken fingers and French fries now at the movie theater. You can go to a dine-in movie theater, and it's 2022. Maya, it's different.
Well, can I just say this? This picture does not do movie snacks any justice because who is eating that popcorn? I'm not eating popcorn that looks. You're gonna eat it looking like that.
Popcorn. I love movie popcorn. It's not the same anywhere else but at the movie, so that's what I snack on.
I don't know. I'm between 1 and 2, but I feel like 2. It's something about that hot cheese.
That nacho cheese is
nacho cheese.
It's the cheese.
Oh my gosh, Kevin
is number 5.
Say 5.
Kevin says number 5. What is it?
Are they brownies?
They look like dibs.
Of course, Kevin would choose something that nobody knows is up there.
What is that?
So they look like dibs.
I don't know what
you guys. Okay, so dibs are the little ice cream little.
No, if it's them, they're good. They don't look like that. They look like
little pieces of Snickers or something.
Or like a mini chocolate bar.
No,
is that even a movie snack you can order?
Now, if we talk about bring your stuff to the movie,
now,
that's different.
Yeah, that's totally different.
I still get the popcorn though.
Who's
I
showing
got,
up with the tote bag and the full
I'm
meal?
showing
Oh,
up
I'm
with chicken
definitely showing up
fingers
with
in
a
my
sling bag.
purse.
I'm definitely showing up with a sling bag.
Yes,
Definitely
definitely.
doing that. I'm definitely have like a little book bag with some snacks. Everyone knows you have to go to Five Below or the dollar store, get some snacks. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. I'm just saying that's what
True.
I do.
Is it illegal? Like, I know you can get in trouble if they catch you.
Is it illegal? No. However, is it something that you should be doing? No. Do we do it? Yes.
I mean, if you want to kick me out because I don't have a mask on. Don't kick me out because I brought chicken
Right.
tenders to the movie theater. Like,
Right,
I'm just
because I brought some
because
Sour Patches.
nobody
yeah.
is paying $80 for some pretzel bites.
Oh,
Nobody's doing that. You know, oh, I just want some pretzel bites, some nacho cheese, and a water. Your total is $75.86.
no, but you
Excuse
know that's
me.
so true.
That's
Coming
how they
from
get you.
coming off of COVID, like prices in the like anything like bowling and the movies is so expensive. Like they're so expensive
Inflation.
now.
Is it?
Like it's
Inflation is real.
crazy.
Yeah.
Inflation is real. They say y'all gonna learn today. We're getting everything back that the devil stole from us, from all of you. That's exactly what the people are
Right,
saying.
though, but she's saying illegal snacks. Like,
Hey, but no, it has been good. That's probably the one good side about not being able to go to theaters. You can just make, like you said, Ashley, whatever you want.
mhm,
Have your own setup, movie snacks and everything.
Mhm.
But you
mhm.
can't get the fresh popcorn. So tonight's topic. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
You
I'm scared.
scaring
Adulting.
me.
Adulting.
Adulting.
Okay.
Things I wish someone told me.
Well, do we have about an hour to do this,
Because
or
adulting is ghetto.
it's ghetto? It
Really?
has
It's
to
ghetto.
be.
Listen.
So, like,
In
what do you?
2022, adulting is ghetto,
It
first
really.
and
All
foremost.
right. What are some things that you wish someone told you about being grown up?
Um,
Don't
The
rush it.
cost of like detergent.
Yep. Listen, Shakira, I was just talking to my mother about this because we get the same detergent. So she had said, like, when I go to the grocery store, like, I live by myself. So I usually go like maybe once or twice a month because, I buy in bulk.
Mhm.
So when I get my detergent, I buy that in bulk. So she was like, Kev, like, did you like get the detergent? Like, did you see how much it is now? I'm like, no, like, it used to be like $8. Now it's up to like $12. And I'm just like, like, it's the little things like that. Like that's four extra like that's crazy to me.
Mhm.
Like
It's like little products that you didn't know cost so much because you
Yeah.
didn't have to buy it.
Mhm.
mhm,
Yeah.
And
it's
laundry
crazy.
detergent was one of them. I was like, why is it this much? Like,
Right.
But laundry detergent, the fabric softener.
Yes, like it is crazy. But I definitely think for me,
mhm.
what do I wish someone would told me about adulting? Um, I would say that the older you get, the more people that you lose as friends.
Mm,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Um,
that circle shrinks.
that's true.
I remember in high school when I had like teachers that always said like, don't live on this high school hype, all your friends are not going to be your friends, and it just seems like, and not like losing friends on a bad terms or anything, but just like outgrowing certain people, outgrowing
Mhm.
certain spaces and stuff like that. It just like I wish that I would have took that serious
Yeah.
back
Mhm.
then, then I probably would have been more prepared for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mhm.
the hurt and stuff when hurt
Yeah.
was bad. So
Absolutely.
I think when it comes to adult, that's like one of the things because I feel like as millennials or just anyone just growing up, you tend to focus more on those relationships instead of yourself. So you kind of lose a part of yourself in those friendships and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I wish that if I could go back, but then I wish I don't because everything happens for a reason. So that's
Mhm.
one of the things.
I co-sign on that because I remember when I came back from college, like a majority of my friends that were here had left. I wasn't able to see my friends that I had met in school every day like I was doing too. So it was definitely an adjustment, just trying to figure out, anyway, where is my place?
Mm-hmm.
and things down because it's really isolating. So I agree with that, Kev. It can be traumatic.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
I would probably say I wish I knew back then that like adulting isn't so polarizing. Like you don't reach an age and like adulting plateaus. It's
Mm-hmm.
a constant thing that evolves, and
Yes.
it's something that you're always learning through. You're going to experience new things, and it's okay if you don't reach milestones when you want to hit them.
Yeah.
Because when you're 12 years old and you have your wedding planned out, like I'm going to be married by 26 and I'm going to have a home by 28 and I'm going to be in my dream career by 32, and
Mm-hmm.
those things seem so applicable when you're a kid, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you get here and you're like, oh, COVID, oh, inflation,
Yeah.
oh, life. Life happens and you go through all these stages, and it's like, but I'm okay. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
still here. I have my life, which is the most important thing. I'm maintaining, and I'm
Yeah.
still getting through each day and finding happiness in the little things. It doesn't make missing those milestones when you thought you were going to reach them so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm 32. I don't have any of those things yet. And I'm okay because I'm alive and I'm
Mm-hmm.
healthy. And what I do have is
Yes.
sufficing my needs.
Yeah.
And I think recognizing that is the bigger blessing in it. But had I known that back then, I probably wouldn't have stressed
Mm-hmm.
all that time in between. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
I love that you
Me
brought that
too.
up because it's so liberating
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
when you realize. And then the crazy thing is, we will spend years. My sister and I are 10 years apart, and I'm talking to her a lot because she's approaching 30. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, I don't have this, I don't have this. And I'm like, girl, listen. Not that it's not possible,
Mm-hmm.
because it is very much possible. I'm like, I'm seeing um I hope y'all can't hear him in the background. I'm
It's all right. He's having a
Conversation, let's
moment.
go.
He's having a
It's all right.
moment.
Having a moment.
I'm seeing so many like Gen Z, millionaires and like
Mm-hmm.
YouTube stars and people who are like half my age that never have to work again if they
Yeah.
choose not to.
Mm-hmm.
And you could really take that to heart
Mm-hmm.
and internalize it and start to think, oh my gosh, I'm behind. What have I done with my life?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why? First of all, that's not your journey, that's not your path. And what kind of like brought me some solace, especially when I turned 35, it was like, you know what? God's timetable is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about him is so different that I'm sure his timetable for my life was much different than what I had
Mm-hmm.
planned out.
Yeah.
Because if I would have reached those milestones at the age that I planned on reaching them, I would not have had the maturity or the wisdom that I needed to have to maintain all the things that I feel like I'm too late for, if that makes
Absolutely.
sense. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I would have gotten married when I wanted to get married, we definitely would be divorced by now. If I would have gotten the house or this, I would be broke because I didn't have the financial,
Yeah.
discipline
Yeah.
to maintain it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the older I get, the more I understand why certain people in the Bible were 100 when they finally, it's like, yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
I would have screwed this up at 25.
Yep. Yep.
Yep,
But
so
that's
true.
like what Kevin said in the comments. Don't keep up with the Joneses and stay in your lane. But I think like too, like when we're growing up, we think that we're supposed to have it all together by the time we reach a certain point. And
Yeah.
then when you get to that point and you realize I'm not there, that can be really discouraging and making you feel like for lack of a better word, that you're a failure or you're not up to par with standards and whatnot. And that as an adult can be
Mm-hmm.
difficult to deal with, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like what do you say to that?
Whew. Lord.
Lord.
I feel like I just got sad all over again.
I know. He's doing it too.
Thanks, Maya.
I guess it's her fault.
Oh,
I know it really was my fault. It's okay.
But I
oh,
think it's something because we that's something we all can identify with, right? So
mhm.
I feel like that in itself is part of the process that we just have to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely it's necessary. Go ahead, Kev.
I think something else that adds to that whole scheme of thinking, um, that I wish someone would have told us back then is that, you know, the adults that pressure us to be at certain points in our life are not always right. So when
Mhm.
they asking you, when's the baby coming? When's the marriage coming? When's the house coming? When's this? You know, I think what I would say to my younger self
Yeah.
is that, you know, trust your own process, because did that person that's telling you to do that, that older person telling you to do that, did they do that at your age, like when they were your age, like 21, 22, or they just trying to push it on you because of, you know, because they didn't do it.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of that comes with, you know, when we hear that from people, that we put the pressure on ourselves, like, okay, I do have to be at this spot in my life at this age. And like Shakira said about her sister, like when she's like, oh, I don't have all these things. And sometimes that comes with the pressure of the older generations, because how many
Yeah.
times have you been to a funeral or a wedding and you have that older person like, okay, where's that special one? You look so nice, why you not? And it's just like, oh my God, I'm not about to go through this with you again. Oh, well, this one's nice for you, or why you don't have the bag, no, like, no,
That's
no.
such a good point, Kev. Because like we we always talk about peer pressure, but what
Mhm.
about the pressure from the people that are older than us?
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Because my thing is, even if you did reach that milestone when you were my
Hmm.
age, the
Hmm.
economy was different.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You didn't have this crazy amount of college debt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you could put that much down on a home because you wasn't paying student loans. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like I had a
Yeah.
car when I was your age. A car was like $4,000. What? Like
Right.
like okay, it's like I had this, I had that. You did. You hit, and the average age for getting married in that
Hmm.
decade was
Mhm.
21.
Yeah.
Like the average age of marriage now, I think is like 34. So I'm
Mhm.
like, what?
Yeah.
I still got some time then.
It's so
There's hope,
different.
Maya. Maya, there's hope, Maya. There's hope.
Seriously, I'm like, there
I'm
is
telling you, y'all,
such
both asses are
a difference in the even the way we structure our lives compared to someone who is 20, 30, 40 years older than you. I'm like,
coming.
and life was different. It's a
Mhm.
post 9/11,
Yeah.
post pandemic,
Yeah.
post everything. I may not have social security. So it's like it's so many layers to that
Hmm.
pressure.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it we take on the pressure from parents, we take on the pressure from aunties and uncles, the
Hmm.
pressure from our peers. And I know God is just like, but did I tell you that? Did I say that to you?
Come on. I,
That's
th-
the thing.
I think our generation is speaking specifically about the millennial generation. Our age group is so unique and multifaceted because we're the tweeners. We Our generation started at the helm of technology, but we were raised by the old school generation. So we're in the middle of, okay, we understand that chivalry isn't dead. We understand that moral values are what a lot of people consider old school values, or the 1950s gender role mindset. Like we understand it.
Mhm.
However, we've evolved with this new generation and how technology is, and a new forethinking of processes where even women are um, stepping into the forefront a lot more. You're seeing them taking high job roles. We just got the first Black Supreme Court justice, and
Yes.
she's a woman. Okay. Like there are things that are happening that our parents, our grandparents never even dreamed of,
Mhm.
on top of the pressures because they see a life that they want for us. Now we have to deal with social media. We have to deal with what we see every day, comparing our lives to what we see in the public, because when they were young, they didn't really have those issues. They had newspapers. They had magazines. But right now, something could happen and it's on the internet in less than 30
In your
seconds.
face, yeah.
And everybody sees it. And so it's like, okay, at what point do you tell yourself as an adult, I am me? God is the covering over my head. I am his. And where I'm at right now is where I'm supposed to be, and make it well with my soul. Make me okay with this, because there's so many things that influence us in a negative way. We miss all of the natural blessings that we have in our life at the current moment. And it's like, if we're going to dissect everything, you're where you're at because God does not want you in a certain place at that moment. He's protecting you from something at that moment. So if we change our mindset to that, it wouldn't seem so daunting, I think.
I think that's like one of the true markers of being an adult, is when you have the confidence to say no, or when you have the confidence to reject other people's timeline. That's how you know you're really an adult. You know what I mean? When you go to Thanksgiving dinner and, you know, you by yourself, yeah. And that's it. That's the end of it. And it's like, okay, baby, okay, pass me the rose, yeah, yeah. And it's not a disrespectful thing. It's a ownership. It's like, I'm owning where I am in my life. I'm owning it, and that's okay. Like, I'm okay. You know what I mean? So you kind of like turn it around on people. Like, why are you not okay with me being single?
I've just
why are you not okay with me not being a homeowner, or not, you know, especially if you were. Those things can be very hard to digest when you tie your identity to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you tie your identity to what you said you were going to be at 10, and then it's like, I got to do it because I told everybody I was going to be, you know, a lawyer. And then you find out that you hate law school. It's like, you have people that are paralyzed with the fear of dropping out, because it's like, what are they going to say? I don't want to publicly fail. And it's like, okay, so you're about to sign up for all this debt to prove a point to who? You know what I mean? It's like that they have too much power over you.
The debt is not in their name, guys. It's in yours. You have to pay it back. You do.
Just you.
Just you.
I love that. So I think, like, just to summarize it, is just like something that we wish someone would tell us about adulting, is that it's okay to say no. It's okay to have those conversations, like, no, like, because like for me, being someone that's always been in the forefront to always give and do, knowing that it's okay to say no sometimes, and that I may not know this, or I may cannot do this, but I'm willing to learn and stuff like that, because that's what adulting is. Like, I always say, I learned so much when I moved out of my parents' house. Like, was I ready? Not all the way, but it was just a move that I had to do, because it was just a God-given opportunity. So, I had to step out on faith and do that. So I learned more by stepping out and getting out my comfort zone, about being an adult and money management and stuff like that. So I think, just being able to just say, I can do this, and it's okay if I don't know what to do. There's resources for that, and just being willing to learn, because you're a forever learner. Even if you're out of school, you're a forever learner.
That's true. Like, you have to be open and willing to learn, because like we said earlier, you don't stop, you don't know everything once you hit 30 or 21 or whatever. There's still so much to learn that comes with experience of life. And if you're not open to that, you'll keep on hitting your head, just trying to get a lesson that you're not being open to. So that's important.
For sure. I'm just getting comfortable having those hard conversations with the generation older than me. I always was the one that held my tongue and was like, I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you be great. But on today, as for me in my house, when people ask me the questions, I don't even want to say difficult questions, but just questions that aren't really anybody's business.
Mhm.
I mean, if we're just gonna call it what it is what it is. Like,
Business.
there's no reason just because you are older than someone does not give you the authority to pry into their life
Mhm.
and potentially shame them for not being where you think they should be according to whatever beliefs you have. And
Right.
so I've learned now how to say it in a respectful way, because Ashley, about 6-7 years ago, it wasn't going to come out. It wasn't going to come out in the godly way. It wasn't going to come out in the godly way. But sometimes, some of our older generation makes me want to backslide sometimes. They sometimes they do. But I just think that it comes with understanding of what's going on. I find a lot of the times, even when I look at my parents, there are certain things in their viewpoint that are still back in the 80s or the 70s, because they've been there, done that. We've all heard that phrase, right? They've been there, done that. And I'm just like, but you're not doing it right now. Like, your grandparent age, your whole mindset is different. My nieces and nephews come around and they're the nicest people in the entire world, and we look at them like, this isn't how you used to treat us.
Yeah.
Like, your whole mindset and how you live your life is different in different stages as you grow as an adult. And I think recognizing that, like Kevin said, it's an ever-changing thing. You're always constantly learning, you're always constantly evolving, and that's a good thing. But we can't impose that on other people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I love about adulting is that each there's like adulting is like there's so many different eras to it, right? So like for me, like I'm 29, I just turned 29. Next year I'll turn 30. So like
Oh.
in my 20s,
Welcome
in
to the club, Kev. Welcome to the club.
just happy, like, I learned more about myself, and I did the schooling and I got out on my own and stuff like that. So now, like, I'm like, all right, I'm over my 20s, I'm ready for my 30s, because I'm ready to see what my 30s have for me. So I think that's the beauty also in adulting, that there's always so many different eras and so many different rooms, so much room to grow and to learn in those things. So, like, I just think you just got to appreciate
Mhm.
each lesson, each year, each season, each era of your life, because adulting, like we said in the beginning, it can be fun, but it can also be ghetto. There's those rough days where you just be like, yo, I wish I could just have my mom go grocery shopping for me.
Okay.
And
There was
and
a
did.
I think it was a reel that I saw on Instagram, and it had me cracking up. And they were basically saying, like, dear God, I just don't understand why I can't have a job where I make $40,000 an hour. I don't understand what the problem is. And I identify so much with that statement. It's like, am I really asking for that much? Am I asking for that much? It would make me, because bills get on my nerves. It's like, you get so happy when you get paid,
Listen.
but then
Mhm.
you have these responsibilities that come out, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm grateful because the job I have suffices my bills.
Yeah.
But it's like, bills, why do I gross, why can't I have my gross income?
Mhm.
Or is it the other way around, my net
Oh, that's
income?
ghetto taxes. That's what's ghetto.
My net income, but I want my gross income. You know what I mean? Like, I just,
Like, let's call a spade a spade. It's the
Right.
taxes.
if I earned it, why are you taking it from me?
It
Like,
Yeah.
why is
reminds
it
me of that
so
old
much?
episode of Fresh Prince when Hillary she received her first check from her job, and she was like, "What is taxes?" Like, it's so funny. But like
That's
Oh,
Velma
eye-opening.
said, she said, enjoy the hard times also. And I think that's what I'm also learning in adulting,
mhm,
that
Mhm.
appreciating those hard times, because that's when you learn the most, like when
yeah.
Mhm.
you're challenged and stuff like that. So as you become older, you've learned those things.
Also, Belva said something
Yeah.
about compassion, and I think that's important too, is being able to have not only compassion for others, but probably even more important to have compassion for yourself.
Absolutely.
To be able to forgive yourself for, the things that didn't add up to where you wanted it to be, or the failures you made. Forgive yourself for, the judgments that you have towards yourself.
Yes,
I think that once you can do that, that's very liberating too.
absolutely.
That's so
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what is something that you got, like, you appreciate about adulting right now that you've learned thus far? Like, it can be like anything from like how to manage your money, or, learning what you really love in life, your purpose, your passion. Like, what would it be right now, like, for you, that you love the most about adulting, or something that you learned thus far?
Rest.
That's real.
You can get
Rest.
it, yeah.
Rest.
That's honest.
Rest.
Like naps are
I was just
ministry.
telling
We
I
used
was just
to hate naps, but now we love them.
I was just telling Kevin this before we started. I was like, I'm getting too old for this. Like, I'm getting too old for this. My body does not bounce back like it normally does. Like, you'll go out for a weekend with your girlfriends, and it's like, why am I this tired? Well, ma'am, you are not a spring chicken. You are not 18 anymore. You can't just, function off of 4 hours of sleep and then get up and go about your day. Your body needs time to recoup. And if you don't, your body will shut down on you. I've experienced it, and that is not a fun thing. So I am enjoying learning the fact that I have to move at my pace, and being okay at moving at my pace, even though it might not be as fast as somebody else. I'm okay with that. As long as everything that is a necessity gets done and gets handled, as long as I get my rest, I'm okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure.
I would say for me, what I love the most about adulting is learning my own independence and having my own independence. There's no better feeling than, working hard and maybe like rewarding yourself, or just having that independent space and just relaxing and just, you know, I would say I would never go back to high school, because like you're under a Microsoft, like you have teachers, you have your parents and stuff like that. But once you get out and you travel and you start paying for stuff out of your own money, I always tell my students this, like, high school, you're gonna like it a couple months after you graduate, but once you start working and you start making your own money and you start paying for your own stuff, that independence is a whole different level. Like, you feel so good, like, and that's what like literally motivates me each and every time, like when like I'm independent and I have my own independence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And I think being able to see things on the other end now as an adult, due to the experiences that I've had, like high school, like, everything was just dramatic. The emotions are high, and like being able now on the other end of things to look back and say, okay, wow, one, I wish I knew then that things are going to be okay. But look at the growth. I'm doing things. Me being on this panel in high school, I didn't talk to nobody just because I was just so shy. But like me, I'm able to be on this panel tonight and to talk, and it's amazing to see just the growth that I've had from then to now. So that, I think, is what I'm enjoying about adulthood, because it gives me hope and encouragement to keep pushing for where I'm going to be in the future.
For sure.
Amen. Amen.
I think I'm enjoying how my relationships have evolved now, because
Amen.
I'm like, if I really think about it, I haven't lost many friends. Our relationships have just changed because everybody is an adult now. So
Yeah.
what used to be, I talk to you every day, all night long, party line, like we on three-way. Oh my gosh, call what's name? Now it's like somebody's birthday is this month. I don't remember who, but somebody's
Thank God for
birthday is this
Facebook. Thank God for Facebook.
Thank God Facebook will remind me. And it's just like we all met up for my best friend's birthday recently, and I was cracking up because I was like, y'all, we look like Waiting to Exhale, like girlfriends slash, like I was like, insert any black 90s movie.
Right.
Oh my
Because the
goodness.
conversation was so different. The conversation was about 401ks. It was like children, spouses, like we were talking about like probiotics, the best
Come on
brand
for
of
the
probiotics.
yes,
Like
for the probiotics.
we talking about we're talking about like which like weight loss programs are the best. Like it was just so funny. And then it would like it turned into like a therapy session, like and because it was like the first time I had been out in such a long time, I look up and it's like 11 p.m. and I'm like, oh my gosh, how long have we been here?
Yeah.
Like, and then everybody started calling the people they had to call, like, hold on, let me check on the baby, let me check on this.
Right.
I was like, this was so good. I'm like, we got to do this like once a quarter.
Not a quarter. Not a quarter.
Because everybody's busy. Like some people travel for work. Everybody's scheduled. Now it's like, you better, if it's not in my planner, it's not happening. So it's just, I'm enjoying the difference. Even with my parents, like now I understand who they are as people.
Yeah.
Not just parents. So it's like, what was a catastrophe when I was 16. Like, oh my gosh, y'all get on my nerves. Why are they like this? Now at my age, it's like, oh, yeah, I was tripping. Like I was dramatic.
You know what's so funny is when you say things that your parents used to say, now you start to say it, it's like so funny. Like my best friend, she has my two godsons. And she says things that our parents would say. And like after she said it, like, we bust out and start laughing because it's like, yo, like our parents would just say that to us. And it's just like, it's so funny now that we're saying that. And then like today I was with my colleague and we were just like, playing around, like singing old like gospel songs. And we were like saying, it's me, oh Lord. Then like those old
in the need
like,
of prayer.
Like they start to hit different now that you're older, because you would just sing them when you're young, and then like when you start singing them now, you're like, now I really can relate to this song. Now I've been through some stuff to really relate to, like, Lord, I'm in need of prayer. Like it's so funny, like those songs or those sayings that you would sing or say or hear when you were young, and now applying them now it always blows my mind. I just sit back and be like, now I understand. So like when you said about like knowing your parents as people now, like I really relate to that, because you remember them as parents and now you see why they would tell you certain things, or why they would put restrictions on stuff and keep you away from certain people or family members and stuff like that. As you get older, you learn about that family toxicity and like it's a whole so I totally agree with you on that, Shakira.
For sure.
And you see them as being people. Instead of the heroes, that we see them as kids. They are people. They had their own struggles. Just like they went through it, I'm going through it now. So I can have a different perspective and different compassion to them, and how things went down that you didn't agree with back then.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
It's me.
But, it's bad
the
because
song.
I'll hear myself talking like my grandmother, which is worse on a whole different level.
Okay.
I said, oh my stars the other day. I was like, whoa, that is taking it back.
Bless your heart.
Yep.
Oh my Lanta. Fix it, Jesus.
The Lord is going to bless you in a mighty good way.
Mighty good way.
Like by and by.
Bless your heart.
By and by.
But that is so funny.
Merciful Father. Yay.
Oh my gosh, we are so old.
Oh my goodness.
I bust out singing "You're Next in Line for a Miracle" one day. Like washing the dishes, like, today is your day. I was like, you know what, Shirley? It is my day. You're absolutely right. I I'm
Oh,
like, let me pull that up on Spotify because I need to hear that right now.
right.
I
Oh my
can't
gosh,
even. I
that's so
can't
funny.
even
But you
play.
know,
I definitely,
adulthood is it has its pros and it has its cons, but
it
I think
definitely
the
does.
pros outweigh the con because like when we were backstage, she was just like, I'm just seeing another day. And I think, you know, those things are things that matter. You see another day and you know, you're able mind, able body. So
Mhm.
even though adulthood can be ghetto sometimes, it also is a blessing just to see another day because you know, you never
Mhm.
know what's happening, what today has in store for you. So
Mhm.
yeah.
As long as you still kicking and on this side of glory, you doing all right. As
This
my grandmother would
side of
say, on
glory.
this side of glory.
This side. Oh, come on. Come on, mother.
Mother
Mother
Ash.
Ashley.
Okay.
Ashley's gonna
Yeah.
be that auntie at the cookout that is going, everyone, all the nephews and nieces are going to love. She can be like, go
Yep.
ahead, go give me that soda pop. Go on, come on,
I'm
go for it.
already that auntie. I'm
Yep.
already, that's the sad part.
Go and
At
get that
32,
football.
I'm
Let's start
already
a
that
game
auntie.
up. Ashley is that auntie.
I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it. I am definitely embracing it. I've, you know, the old soul in me. I used to try to like deny it when I was younger. It's like, no,
Hmm.
I'm not like that. Now, yep, it's there and it's here to stay. And I'm okay with it.
I love
Yeah.
having an old soul. I love it. I really do.
It works.
I
It
think when you
works.
get to the point where you just don't care, like there is nothing better than
I
that.
look forward to being that. I look forward to being that older lady that's just like whatever.
Whatever.
Like like yo,
Like, go on now.
grandma be tripping.
Go on now.
My grandkids gonna be hype. Like, yo, grandma be tripping.
Oh my
I love it.
gosh.
So how
All
do
right,
you I was
good.
gonna say, how do you guys feel about watching your friends now reach different, being a part of their journeys, like babies, weddings,
Oh my
homes,
gosh.
new
So
jobs, like
it's so funny that you say that. So was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? I was in my best friend's wedding
mhm,
and I'm not a crier. I'm really not a crier, but seeing her come down the aisle and then
mhm,
witnessing God's love and his union,
mhm.
I just started bawling like I had allergies or like I was
I know
crying up there.
allergies.
Like you would have thought I was getting married, but it's such a beautiful thing. And when you look at it like, you know, looking at in a religious way and just seeing how, you know, the struggles that you experience your friends went through and now seeing them at the peak of, you know, their happiness and
Mhm.
the pure joy and the love is such a beautiful thing. And you know, all you can do is just rejoice, you know, like
Yeah,
it's just a beautiful thing. And it's it's an honor to be a part of those things.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's funny because when my best friend's from middle school, she has a son, and I'm his aunt. He calls me Auntie Pink, and it's just so surreal because he's almost the same age that we were when we met. So just to see his life unfold and to realize, okay, now I'm the aunt.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird sometimes, but I love that little boy. So it's like fulfilling, like just to be able to see him grow up too.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. I think it's like I don't know. Sometimes it hits you by surprise. You look up and everyone is like reaching these
Mm-hmm.
steps. There's like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, are we really this this old now? Like, is this what we're doing? Like,
It's
like, are we like,
What happened? Time goes by
buying
so fast.
buying property now? Like, are
Yeah.
we having children and like, what are we doing?
it's so surreal. It's so surreal. Like one of my oldest friends went to middle school. We've been friends ever since. Her due date is April 15th and it's her
Wow.
first baby. And I'm just like, you're about to be a whole mom. Like
Yeah.
what? like, like what? and just being a part, like even when she got married, I was like, and back then it was like, what, I think they just turned 2. So it was like 2 years ago. It's like, oh my gosh, you're going to be a whole wife. And now you're about to be a whole mom. Like these things are really happening. Like we're at that age where our friends are doing these things and we're getting invitations. And I'm just like, wow, I'm at that age now. Okay. This is normal. This is a regular thing. Like I need to plan weddings, trips, destination weddings into my budget now because everybody's getting married off.
Yeah.
So it's exciting though. I'm enjoying being there to be able to celebrate everybody's accomplishments for sure.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing. But like you said, especially coming this pandemic, the pandemic was like for 2, like it doesn't feel like it's been like 2 years and some change. Like it just feels like one big long year. So it's just like it's really been like 2 or some years. Like it's crazy.
Just one long
just one long
just one long
run-on sentence. Like that's what it feels like. And then you look up, it's a whole paragraph.
That is the truth. It's
a
just
whole
a
term
long experience.
There's gonna be so many new like babies when we come back.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be like a mini generation within generations. Like it's just like it. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. But can you imagine like when we get older and like reflect back? You remember that time when we had to stay at home and we had like it's so like, and our kids won't even understand like what we went through.
The whole country was on lockdown. They're gonna be like, really, Nana? Really on lockdown? Like, for real?
There's no way
you could leave the house. What?
Listen,
I could do that.
My son just started daycare a month ago, and when I tell y'all, he walked up to this little girl and literally just touched her face. Like I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God.
He had to make sure it was real. She was real.
I'm like, yes, other many people exist. You are not the only small person. Like I know we keep you in the house, but yes, there are more of you.
There are more of you.
He walked up to her like he was looking at a Netflix show. Like, what? I gotta touch this to see.
It's so funny, and it's like with the mask, it feels like when you like you're used to seeing someone with their mask on. So when you don't see them with their mask on, it's like they have a whole different face or a whole different identity. You're just like, wait, that's what you look like.
Like he will like pick up a mask if he finds it around the house and bring it to you and try and like put it on your face. Like,
oh my God.
Like, oh no, this belongs here.
It's like putting on a coat now. Like it's just like, okay.
I was like, this is the cutest and most depressing thing I've ever seen. Like,
not cute and depressing.
Like, that is so funny.
So we're about that time. Let's do another icebreaker.
Oh my gosh, that went by so fast.
That was quick.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, here goes. Another food related one.
We love the food.
Oh wow.
I'm so glad that this picture is halfway covering my face right now.
Well, I know which one I'm tossing. Cornbread gotta go for me.
Not the cornbread.
Oh no, Shakira.
It's like it's really not a necessary component to a soul food.
The cornbread?
Now, if it was Hawaiian rolls,
right, if it's Hawaiian rolls, they can go. So can you like describe each box in the importance of a soul food meal since the cornbread has to go?
I mean yams because yams like the greens are staying because that's like the foundation. And mac and cheese is mac and cheese. Now we talking about adulting. Mac and cheese don't always agree with me, but I'm still going to take the mac and cheese.
Can we? Because that's a real statement, and I need everybody to understand.
I want everyone to understand that you can't eat everyone's mac and cheese. That's the first conversation.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying.
So you're going to say the cornbread. I'm going to say the yams can go.
Why?
Yeah, I can live without yams.
Yeah, I can live without them. Like it's just not one of those things that you can.
If I have mashed potatoes, I can live without yams.
Oh yeah,
really? So just any potato will do now.
Literally any potato. As long as I have a potato, I'm okay.
I gotta keep the yams and I gotta keep the cornbread, and I can't not have mac and cheese. So I think the greens are going.
No,
Me.
Maya, you need a green. You need something.
That is
I
blasphemous.
I can eat greens and healthy all week, but if I don't have the yams, the cornbread, and the mac and cheese, if I'm eating soul food, it's not right.
But when you dip the cornbread in the green juice.
See,
Listen,
but I don't
Ew,
eat,
see,
I
and I don't like my
mixers.
food
That
to
don't
touch.
work.
So this
well,
is
see,
not.
yeah, on that side, they don't like their food touching. So
I mean, I don't like certain foods touching either. However, cornbread and the green, it's just
cornbread and
Green juice
different
don't
meal
taste
just
good on anything other than greens.
who makes your greens, man?
I can't. It's something about the textures and then the I don't know.
Yeah, the cornbread can't get soggy like that.
Then it's
I'm so
soggy.
sad.
Ew.
Yeah, I can't
No.
have the cornbread too soggy. Now, I do have to agree with them on that, Ash. I cannot have the cornbread soggy, but you definitely have to have the cornbread because it just goes with
It's
everything.
necessary.
It's necessary.
It's so necessary.
You don't need the yams. You don't need them.
Yeah.
No, you do need the yams.
Maya said it so easy. Yes, you do.
I feel like if you're not going to mix the yams and the mac and cheese together, you don't need the yams.
See? No, I will mix my yams and mac and cheese. That's good.
So you mix your yams and mac and cheese.
I will.
But you don't like any of your other food touching.
Maya.
What? See,
Okay.
Maya, you're not really about this life.
Oh.
I don't like it. Like I don't. It depends on the texture. The
I
texture
am
is
so
okay.
happy that this is being recorded. So
Because
Pastor Nick watch this.
It was actually at Pastor Nick's suggestion that I try mixing the yams and the mac and cheese, and I like it. So I will do. But
so he told you to do that?
It's April 8th, 7:55 p.m. Somebody write it down.
So he influenced you to go to the other side.
He influenced me to do that, but that's the only thing that has worked with so far.
Wow.
All this other stuff.
Wow.
Maya.
I feel betrayed.
I'm proud of you, Maya. I am proud of you.
But Shakira,
Because
I told you gotta watch her. She
the palette.
Apparently Maya is shifty. Like apparently Maya just now you want to be double-minded. I can't.
I am with you on everything.
Now you want to be tossed to and fro.
No, let me backtrack because I didn't say
by every wind of food doctrine.
She is an evolving adult. Okay,
it's adulting. It's adulting. She is learning.
I'm rooted and planted. Okay, like a tree.
Oh goodness.
This is appalling.
Oh my god!
If you want sweet and savory, get a cinnamon sugar pretzel. Don't.
It's all about balance.
Now that's a good
no.
Ooh,
but no, like I won't intentionally mix them. If that's what's left on the plate, then they will. I'll eat it. But
so you do. So you have to put that disclaimer out now. Like you do mix some food, but it depends on the food.
Do you get those egg rolls now that I see people selling where it's like mac and cheese and yams in one egg roll?
People sell those?
Yeah.
Like they'll do leftover egg rolls. Like you got Thanksgiving, they'll do like the Thanksgiving leftovers and they'll turn the leftovers into like an egg roll.
Oh, no, I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's like a thing now. Like soul food spots are selling mac and cheese and yam egg rolls.
It's a thing, but not for I. God bless you, but it's not for me.
I don't know if I would buy it because I don't know it has to taste like home. Oh gosh, here comes trouble.
Uh-oh.
Oh snap.
Well, everyone, looks like we are out of time. Join us next time.
So what blasphemous stuff have y'all said so far? I'm seeing.
What? We was just about to open the doors of the church. Are you crazy?
No, actually, Maya gave you some credit. She said that you a compliment. She said that you told her to try. I know. Grab a hold. Grab your chair.
Right.
All the time. What are you talking about?
Grab your water. She said that
Oh
you
my
told her
gosh.
to mix yams and mac and cheese.
Telling you, it's a wonder to the soul. Bless his name. With
And
the
she
right mac and
likes
cheese
it.
and yams.
So, Pastor Nick, you didn't hear this from me, but Shakira is a little mad because she said she went to the dark side because Shakira doesn't like her food touching anyway. But you didn't hear that from me.
I know she's weird already. We talked about her and her movie selection choices. She ain't seen half a black movie, so
You know what? I
This
don't
is
appreciate the attack.
It's a sad day.
Happening.
It's a sad day.
What did y'all talk about tonight?
Adulting.
Oh, adulting. Oh,
Things we wish we were told.
Mm-hmm.
they really should do a class on adulting in high school, like finances.
A life skills
Seriously,
class.
like they
Didn't they used to
really
do
should
that?
it.
Like, why did it stop?
Because they.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to pay for it. That's really what it was.
I feel like I read somewhere that they're gonna start bringing that back, though.
They do because this
Really?
generation is just.
Yeah, like they're gonna, as electives, kids can choose to take like a financial literacy course in high school.
Okay.
They can elect to. I feel like they're starting to do that. I believe the state was New York.
Okay. That's good.
That is introducing that, but I think that is phenomenal. Like, I think that's necessary.
Yo, so I'm scrolling through the comments. Y'all was talking about nachos and Kevin English talking about he don't like cheese with his nachos. Who?
I already, Pastor Nick, we're already here with it. I told him he was
Who?
he. If you got to see what it was. Like, it was the best movie snack, and he chose out of all the great selections. He chose like the mini Snickers. Look at that. He chose number 5.
First of all,
Yeah.
it doesn't even look appetizing, so I don't understand.
First off, we know number 3, the pretzels and cheese.
Period.
You said you say that's the best one?
To me, I would do pretzels and cheese over all of them first.
Period.
Good
First.
job, Nick. Good job. I'm proud of you.
And then probably like the popcorn or the nachos. But number 3 is first.
No one was ever choosing a hot dog. No one was ever
I was
doing
surprised Maya didn't do that. It looks a little burnt, too.
Who did she choose?
She chose number 1.
Oh yeah, she loves her movie popcorn. She's.
I hope it doesn't look like that.
No.
Right. It looks terrible.
Looks like
Shakira's probably didn't eat nothing. She's like, cheese on my.
Didn't you choose 3, Shakira?
She chose the nachos.
I chose nachos.
With cheese on top.
Yeah. Well, like, wait. Okay.
Put the cheese
Okay.
on the top of the nachos.
So
Not dip
wait,
'em.
pause.
Not dip. Not dip.
Was this supposed to be the way it is in the picture?
Oh,
They put
don't,
cheese
Shakira, don't
on
try
the
to switch it up.
The cheese on top of the nachos.
I didn't know it was. So it has to be poured on the nachos. I thought
Yes.
it was just nachos and cheese.
No, pour it on the nachos. That's the whole point of it.
Oh,
But they don't do that
no.
at the movie theater. They give you
They
a little
don't
cup of
do- they don't-
cheese.
Do they make you pour it? What?
No, it's the
Yo,
little
is
cup
that
of
a Jersey
cheese.
thing?
I'm sorry. Oh, you're talking about just movies. Okay, movies, they give you a cup of cheese. But I'm talking about at a restaurant. They pour the cheese.
Oh, yo,
on-
you was about to. I was like,
Hey, so Shakira, you won't eat it if the cheese is poured on the nachos?
no.
What's the difference? You're about to dip it in cheese.
Right, thank you.
It's
the difference?
me dipping my nacho in cheese. It's not.
That's
First
called
of all, as soon as you pour it, it starts to get cold. So
no.
no.
No, you got to finish it before the movie actually starts.
Yeah.
First of all,
What it is?
I
It's-
dip
it's
everything. I
control.
don't even put ketchup on my fries. I
don't do that
dip
either.
my fries in ketchup.
Ketchup doesn't. Good fries don't need ketchup.
True.
You can blame. But
True.
that's that control thing. I don't want.
I don't like you to pour my stuff on there
I want to be
for
able to do
me.
it myself. And
Oh,
Look.
wow.
What?
Yeah, I do that with everything. I do that with salad. It's like on the side, please.
oh,
so
that I
you
can
dip
understand because you get to control the amount of dressing.
Mhm.
But the best is like
I was about to
nachos
say,
with
like, wait a
cheese,
minute, I had to
and they
eat
put
it
the
already.
meat on top of it. You ever had like one of those where they put the cheese, they put the meat on top of the nachos with the cheese, and they kind of do the whole loaded nacho joint?
I've had it, but I have to like eat it so fast. Like
Really?
I have like heartburn because I'm like, okay.
Oh, you just old. That's
Because
all.
after too much. After too long, the nachos are soggy. I'm like, it's a whole. This is now I understand why my son is the way he is. This was life changing. This right here was this light bulb moment.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
I'm officially at a loss.
Yes. So confused. But anywho, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all's getting off anyway, so I just want to come on and say what's up.
Hey, Pastor.
It's our trouble.
We're so glad you all joined us tonight
See how confusion crept in
for another Fresh Friday. I had a class.
Came on in here to open the doors of the church.
My class ended a little bit early. I was like, oh, let me come on and see what they're doing.
And just like that,
Look
we
at
was
God.
fine.
Look at God. Look at God. Praise God. Hallelujah.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Bye.